Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. There was no stream yesterday. I wasn't feeling well. So sorry about that. Twitch, please connect. Average stream bitrate too high. I don't even know what that. Right, it looks like I've gone live twice now, according to the bot, but it does seem to have stabilized the signal. Hello, welcome to the stream tonight. I am just making sure everything is set up correctly. And we will be playing Elder Scrolls Online tonight. Sorry about the missed stream yesterday. I just wasn't feeling very well. As far as this week, stream yesterday, I just wasn't feeling very well. YouTube, behave. Let's see. I'm not able to set my details on the YouTube videos before I actually go live, so that's an irritation. Anyway, I am playing ESO tonight. Usual deal. Focusing on the main story quest for now. See if I can get to a point where some of the other stuff makes more sense. Trying to figure out why my colors are off on my face cam. Looks a little better, maybe. as this is Elder Scrolls, there's no worries about spoilers. I'm not concerned with that for this one. Just given my general knowledge of the lore and time spent poking around the wiki. Let's see. I do also have the a character journal active. We will be on Ferinian again, or on Aphios again. The Argonian healer. Having a little bit of trouble with my notebook thing. It has very suddenly become summer here. Let's see. Basically overnight, it was like 50 one day and 80 the next. Let's see, Aphios. So that's been, I like a little bit more in between, but what can you do? It's not, I mean, there's nothing really to be done about it. Obviously, I just prefer to have a chunk where I don't need air conditioning or heat. Clearly that hasn't actually, like, happened yet, but maybe we'll still get some a little cooler weather this year. I'm hoping anyway. It's possible I've loaded too many add-ons. This is taking a little longer than I'd like to load. Let's see. Here we go.
And the Dominion.
Is it true
I
their
served-
soldiers drink the blood of
no.
infants?
Most of the Covenant soldiers we met drank beer.
Alright, here we go. Let's see. I will probably go ahead and grab the crafting rinse, but I'm not gonna try to what on earth? I'm not gonna try to actually complete them before I go out. But that does let me get ingredients and such while I'm elsewhere. Usually turn those off too. While I'm doing story content. Very, let's see. Last we left off on the main quest. We'd just rescued there is Titanborn, and we're looking for a way to rescue Sai Sahan. So we're going once more to the harborage to meet the prophet. He says he's got something on how to find Sai Sahan, who we saw as a sort of an apparition while we were rescuing Lyris, and he is apparently being tortured by the agents of the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. This is the prophet, of course. So, we will... Time to see what he has to say. Also, I'm not short. Lyris is just real tall.
are safe. Good fortune did not abandon us entirely.
Is something wrong, Prophet?
Despite many days of meditating and scrying, Sai Sahan's whereabouts still elude me. The projection that you witnessed in the Foundry of Woe showed him to be in great peril. If we are to find him, I will need your help, Vestige.
What can I do to help?
Though Sai remains hidden from my sight, Lyris brings news that an agent of the enemy lurks in Davon's watch. Fear is on the lips of the people. Darkness walks among them. Even a blind man can sense it. It is the hand of Manamarco.
How can that help us?
If it is truly an agent of Manamarco's worm cult, it may provide us with a clue that will hasten our search. Seek this agent, but tread carefully. The worm cult is a cult of necromancy, and the undead are fearsome opponents.
How can I find this agent?
Venture to Davon's watch. Speak to Fedwira Lauren at the market, or Okia the beggar. Lyris first heard murmurs of trouble lurking in the shadows from them. Locate this agent of evil. Return with any personal effects they carry with them.
I'll find something and come back. So Manamarco, actually killed me? That's the reason the prophet keeps referring to me as the Vestige is, that I am one of the soul shriven and have been basically I am what's left of myself after having lost my soul. And Manamarco is the one who did that. Ooh. Chronicles of the Five Companions 1. So the Five Companions are... Lyris was one. Lyris was one. The others were, let's see. This isn't. Should be able to get the dialogue somewhere here. I guess not. It's not a perfect add-on. The Five Companions were Lyris Titanborn, the Manamarco, who was false, Sai Sahan, who was, let's see, he was the leader of the Dragon Guard, I think. And then the Conqueror Emperor, as well as the more traditional, or as the mage, Abnertharn. Okay, so this looks like it's written by Lyris. My name is Lyris of Skyrim, called Titanborn by some. Just imagine Commander Shepard reading this. Same VA. My name is Lyris of Skyrim, called Titanborn by some. I'm committing these words to paper on behalf of my friend and ally, a man history will remember only as the Prophet. It was through his profound insight and his study of the Elder Scrolls that we came to understand the dire nature of the threat that now endangers all of Tamriel. Let it be known by those who read these words that the Soulburst, the event that took place in the 579th year of the Second Era, was due to the treachery of a single elf, the Altmeri necromancer Manimarco, the king of worms and the servant of the most vile of all Daedric princes, the god of schemes and lord of brutality Molag Bal. In years past, Manimarco served as chief advisor to the court of Emperor Varen Aquilarios. Originally a Duke of Coral, Varen became Emperor of Tamriel by right of conquest. With Manimarco's counsel, Varen led a revolt against the previous dynasty, the savage regime of Reachmen known as the Longhouse Emperors. Yet despite his conquest and victory, Varen was not to be a true emperor. Like the former Emperor Leovic, the blood of the dragons didn't flow through Varen's veins. He was unable to light the dragon fires in the Temple of the One, as a true emperor must by tradition. The dragon fires have remained unlit for generations. That is because the Amulet of Kings, a relic of the divines, gifted unto Saint Alexia by Akatosh, was lost in the centuries following the fall of the Riemann dynasty. Only this relic, traditionally worn by imperial emperors of the First Era, would allow a true-blooded ruler to spark the dragon fires anew. At Manimarco's urging, Varen formed a group of companions to join him on an epic quest to locate this relic. These companions included myself, the Redguard Swordmaster Sai Sahan, Grand Chancellor Abner Tharn, and Manimarco himself. For years we scoured the face of Tamriel, following countless leads until we finally managed to locate it. When we returned to the Imperial City, Manimarco played upon Varen's insecurities and convinced him that the coronation ritual, properly modified, could not only light the dragon fires, but persuade Akatosh to invest him with divine agency and gift him with the blood of the dragon. It was only after the coronation ritual was attempted that we learned the extent of Manimarco's deception. The King of Worms used his magic to corrupt the power of the amulet, causing the calamity which came to be known as the Soulburst. I remember very little of the actual event, only that the chaos that followed was immediate and devastating. Varen was consumed by the fiery wrath of the Soulburst. Sai Sahan and I were unjustly implicated in his death, made all the more suspicious because Sai fled as soon as he recovered, taking the Amulet of Kings with him. Grand Chancellor Tharn was an opportunist and immediately cast his lot with Manimarco. The prophet's story is one of mystery. He appeared one day on the steps of an abbey of the Moth Priests in Cyrodiil. They took him in and fed him, thinking he was nothing more than a vagabond. They were shocked when they found him in the libraries that night, poring over the eldritch etchings of an Elder Scroll. Only the Moth Priests themselves had the ability to read the scrolls, and they saw his arrival as a prophetic sign from the divines. As they do all who read them, the Elder Scrolls eventually took the prophet's eyesight, leaving him permanently blinded. And yet he continued to study them in his mind's eye, and eventually foresaw the great and terrible threat that we are now faced with. Word of his prophecies spread far and wide, eventually reaching the Imperial City and the ears of Manimarco. The King of Worms immediately arrested the prophet for rumor-mongering and treason, and had the abbey and all of its contents burned to the ground. The catastrophe that the prophet predicted began to take shape almost immediately. Vast swaths of the empire were consumed by Daedric fire, and the first dark anchors fell upon the land. Molag Bal's invasion of our world had begun, made possible by Manamarco's betrayal. So that's the story of the five companions. So I guess I've been in Davin's watch, generally. So I guess the next step is to find this agent. And see what they can tell me about Manamarco's plans. I keep forgetting I have a horse now. It does make travel faster. Right, let's see. I don't like this door. It's real hard to find my way out of this area of town for some reason. I have a hard time with it. Hello?
I wasn't going to ask you for coin. I'm no beggar. I prefer to sleep out here where it's warm.
Have you noticed anything strange in town?
Come to think of it, there was some out-of-towner mucking about in the abandoned stable last night. I didn't pry. None of my business. Also, he was armed. I'm no fool.
Can you tell me anything else?
Nothing else to tell, I'm afraid. It all happened rather quickly.
let's see. One other person to talk to. Yeah, so anyway, my character definitely has a bit of a grudge against Marco on account of the whole killing me in a Daedric cult ritual thing. Hello?
Since the war began, the market has never been busier.
Have you noticed anyone strange lurking about?
Let me think. Ah, yes. Imperial fellow. Tall, brusque, rather boorish. He pushed me while I was haggling at the market. Scurried off toward the east end of town when I tried to have words with him. Typical.
Do you remember anything else about him?
He was heading towards the stables. Truth be told, I put him out of my mind until just this minute. I don't even know if I'd recognize him if I saw him again.
Alright, stables again. Thank you. Marco was expelled from the Sijic Order when someone discovered he was conducting forbidden experiments with necromancy. Oh, you're very convincingly dead. I gotta say, using crystals to curse someone isn't quite as satisfying as just smiting them with lightning. Or as fast. Rawhide. That's medium again.
You'll never leave this place alive!
I take it you're the agent I'm looking for. Oh, I'm a pathetic mortal. Orb of Discourse. Uh-oh. Sounds dangerous.
What is the meaning of this interruption? Why have you contacted me?
Tharn?
This is Abner Tharn. The Master and I are very busy. This had better be important. Wait a moment. I don't know your face. Identify yourself immediately.
Who, me?
Yes, your report, you insipid twit. What, did you contact...
Who are you?
How dare you speak to me in such a... Wait. You're not one of ours, are you? Color me intrigued. You speak to Abner Tharn, Overlord of Nibene and Chancellor of the Elder Council.
The Imperial Chancellor, what are you doing here?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you contact me? Fascinating. Are you merely a blundering local, I wonder, or something more?
I'm looking for Sai Sahan.
Are you indeed? I didn't think that Redguard has-been had a single friend left. Not in this world, at any rate. Let me give you some free advice. Forget about Sai Sahan. Even if I told you where he was, attempting a rescue would be suicidal.
Then you know where he is.
Of course I do. But do you really think I'd tell you and risk incurring Menemarco's wrath? I think not. Ah, the owner of this place returns. And he doesn't look pleased. Farewell.
What?
You, get away from that.
Guess the guy I fought wasn't the boss. Gone. What's this? Aldimian's journal. A strange request indeed. A strange request indeed. I was on my evening stroll, having a bite to eat in a back alley, when I noticed that the imperial neck I feasted upon bore a golden medallion. I recognized the trinket at once as the sign of the cult of the Black Worm. While I considered this, I heard the dull thwack of a blunt object hitting flesh and bone, and my world went black. I awoke in a cave, bound to a chair, my head throbbing with bittersweet pain. A number of hooded cultists surrounded me, each with the unmistakable gleam of murder in his eyes. I quite liked them. One of the cultists seemed different than the others, and I recognized him as their leader almost immediately. He had a cold yet calm demeanor and seemed completely unafraid of me. He introduced himself as Abner Tharn. He was somewhat displeased that I had made my evening meal on one of his most loyal guards. Normally, he explained, I would have been discorporated for such an infraction, but he said he liked my style and my violent proclivities. He said he saw a lot of promise in me and would like to propose a mutually beneficial arrangement. If I agreed to join the worm cult, I could replace this agent. I would reside in a conveniently placed underground lair within the city limits, which would assure me a continued stream of meals, along with a virtually unlimited supply of black soul gems. The agreement did sound promising, but just to play Daedra's advocate, I asked what my alternative might be. In answer, Tharn opened a portal to Cold Harbor right at my feet. My chair began to teeter, and the screams of the damned filled my ears. Lovely to listen to, but not something I wished to experience firsthand. Needless to say, I chose servitude. Now I while away my days guarding this wretched cavern while prowling the city streets after dusk. It's not a bad existence. In fact, I've even begun to take up the study of necromancy. At some point, perhaps Tharn will consent to teaching me the finer points himself. Time will tell, and I have all the time in the world, don't I? Interesting. Let's see, anything else? Confessions of a Khajiit fur trader. Let's see, anything else of interest in here? Doesn't look like it. Worth a try, anyway. Let's see. So, while I was rescuing Lyris, Abner Tharn sort of turned up and helped a little bit, which is, of course, obviously is strange given he's supposed to be with Menamarco. So I'm not sure which side he's ultimately going to end up being on. Because obviously he helped the one time, but also, you know, he didn't recognize me from that, and when I talked to him just now, and he also is recruiting vampires to be evil with him, which is, you know, not generally something that a good guy does. Yeah, so obviously that's a little bit more ambiguous a character. seems to be finally starting to cool off here, which is nice. Can't do that. Humming, I mean.
You've returned. What have you found?
The cultists use orbs like this one to communicate. I spoke to Abner Tharn.
Abner Tharn shows his face again. I get the sense that he might have a larger part to play in the coming events, but for good or ill, I cannot say. Leave the orb with me. I shall be able to use it to locate Sai Sahan.
Good luck.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. I heard you and the Prophet talking about Abner Tharn.
Why do you dislike Tharn so much? Well, probably because he betrayed her and her friends to side with Manamarco.
Didn't the Prophet tell you the story of the 5 companions?
He showed me a vision about them, but I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I don't know where to start. There's so much to tell.
Tell me about the 5 companions.
We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost artifact called the Amulet of Kings. The 5 included Varen, myself, a Red Guard named Sai Sahan, Abner Tharn, and the traitor Manamarco.
Tell me more about Manamarco.
You only know him as the man who killed you and stole your soul. He's Emperor Varen's most trusted advisor. It was Manamarco who convinced Varen to search for the Amulet of Kings.
Why did Varen need the amulet?
Varen wasn't a true Dragonborn Emperor. He didn't share a bloodline. Manamarco said the amulet could change all that. He said he could use it to perform a ritual that would turn Varen into a true Dragonborn.
And then?
It took us more than 2 years, but we finally recovered the amulet. Turned to perform the ritual. Manamarco set us up. The ritual caused a violent explosion of we lost Varen. Sai Sahan and I were declared outlaws.
What then?
Manamarco convinced the Elder Council to recognize Abner Tharn's daughter Clivia as Empress Regent. But Manamarco was the true power behind the throne. Sai Sahan and I went into hiding. There was a bounty on our heads.
Tell me about Abner Tharn.
Abner Tharn is Grand Chancellor of the Elder Council, and Chief Advisor to his daughter, the Empress Regent. He is also Manamarco's toady.
Tharn didn't seem too happy to be working for the Worm Cult.
Tharn's first loyalty is to his family and the Empire, and he's a ruthless bastard when it comes to defending them. The Worm Cult obviously doesn't share those loyalties. Tharn would never trust them, but he's too much of a coward to betray them.
What if he got something out of it?
Maybe. But what could we offer him? He's already got more gold than the gods themselves.
I've heard enough for now.
I know it's a lot to take in. We'll talk more later. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on the Prophet. Hopefully that orb will help him find out where Sai Sahan is being held. Once we know that, we can plan our next move.
Skill Skill point. Evocation 2, that's light armor, I think. Yeah, magic recovery. Unholy Knowledge 1. That's gonna be under Dark Magic. Negate Magic. Also under Dark Magic. Okay. Alright. Handwritten notebook is not working. It's causing problems in it's not working. So I've disconnected that. For today. I do have the in-game notebook that I can use as well. But let's see. Right. Looks like I may actually have reached the point finally where I'm not just automatically getting the next bit of the story quest as soon as I step out of the harborage. Or
Fog has lifted.
never mind.
The path before us has been revealed. It is both dark and twisted. Come to the harborage. We have an unexpected guest who demands your presence.
I spoke too soon. Alright. So we will continue with the main story quest. Hello. Hello.
We have an unexpected guest, personage.
What is Tharn doing here?
My attempts to use the Orb of Discourse to locate Saisahan did not meet with success, so I decided to try a more direct approach. I use it as it was intended.
He cooperating?
He admits that he knows Saisahan's location, but he will not reveal it. He demands to speak with you directly.
Let's hear it.
We meet again, Vestige. I wish to speak with you on a matter of some urgency.
What's this about?
Menimarco and his vile master have dark and terrible plans for this world. If you wish to stop them, you need to find the Amulet of Kings. But to find the amulet, you must first locate Sai Sahan.
And you know where he is?
Of course I do. And I might be willing to share that information for a price.
What price?
If Manimarco learns that we've spoken, he'll have me executed. I'm a danger to him. I know too much. Therefore I, Abner Tharn, Chancellor of the Elder Council, Overlord of Nibene, formally request asylum.
Asylum? Are you joking?
Do I look to be in a mirthful mood? There comes a point when even a patriot's loyalty is stretched too far, when the things he has done, and has seen done, become too much to bear.
Will you come to us?
Would that I could. As it happens, I find myself to be somewhat of a prisoner, in dire need of rescue. My proposal is this. If you retrieve me from Menimarco's fortress and grant me asylum, I will give you Sai Sahan's location in return.
How can I be sure this isn't a trick?
You can't. And you'd be a fool to trust me completely. But the facts remain, you need me if you wish to find Sai Sahan, and I must keep my head if I am to ensure the continuance of the Empire. Neither of us has a choice.
I see your point.
Tharn is quite correct. We have little choice in the matter.
You can't be serious. How can we possibly trust him?
As our visitor so eloquently pointed out, we cannot. But if we are to locate Sai Sahan, we must do this. Go with the Vestige, Lyris. Rescue Tharn. Give him the chance to redeem himself. He may surprise you.
Ready?
I don't like this, but if it's the only way to find Sai Sahan, I'm with you.
Arn.
You appear to have arrived in the wretched Squalor, a shantytown of Soulshriven outside Menimarco's castle.
I'm familiar. How do we get inside?
As luck would have it, Menimarco is away on some errand for the Daedric Prince. The castle garrison is not on alert, so you should only encounter a token defense. The main gate is sealed, but there are undoubtedly other routes one might take.
Such as?
You're the hero, aren't you? Improvise.
All right.
What a skeever.
Desktop audio is suddenly not coming through. Looks like. Let's see here. Sorry about this. That should be working. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. I had to unplug and replug my microphone cable because I wasn't getting sound consistently and messed up the settings. Lyris.
Our lives to rescue that skeeving Horker.
Give me just a moment. I need to do a little bit of troubleshooting on this. Sorry about that. Hopefully that has fixed the issue. My microphone's just like disconnecting and reconnecting, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I just kind of replugged everything, and hopefully that'll fix it. Fingers crossed.
Improvise, he says. I can't believe we're risking our lives to rescue that skeeving Horker.
Any suggestions?
Subtlety and stealth. Let's not bring the entire castle guard down on our heads. And didn't he say this was a town of soul-shriven? Maybe we can find one who knows his way around.
We'd better get started then.
I'll try to be inconspicuous. We just got free of this place. The last thing we need is to get recaptured.
Agreed. I'm hoping we can find our friend with the pot on his head. Whose name escapes me at the moment. Hello.
What do you want? Why are you bothering me?
Relax, I just want a way into the castle.
the guards. They'll probably take me too. Just go! Leave me alone!
Well, you're a helpful one. Not working craft stations, but still interesting that they're there. Just a straight up, there's an arrow pointing out of that door, which is interesting. Acquire an elegant jacket. Not sure why that's floating there. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Well, I got rid of the floating pin anyway. Oh! I don't want to use that. I thought from the sort of beacon that it was going to be a sky shard. It is not. Guide to Fishing Tamriel. Ooh. Can't take the banana, which is unfortunate because I'm pretty sure that's what I need to cook. Hello?
You want to buy something? Famazar has rocks, and dirt, and bones. It is hard to be a merchant in the wretched squalor.
I need a way into the castle. You know of one?
Feed first. That is the fastest way in. Ask Cadwell. That crazy bastard seems to know every corner of this place. You better hurry, though. I heard they just chased him into a building near the waterway.
My thanks.
Why am I not surprised to find Cadwell here? He certainly does get around.
I can't really say I'm surprised either. That's just a thing of coal. How long before the echoes fade? I've no idea how long we've been here, but already it feels like years. The black-clad soldiers burned our farm and took my entire family. On a black, moonless night, they laid us upon stone altars encrusted with black tallow and caked with the blood of countless victims, and one by one they put us to the knife. This is what being damned is. We're chattel for the Daedra. I can't find it in me to cry for what I've lost, not anymore. Day after day, this state of being, this soullessness, drains my will. It becomes harder to remember, harder to think. I've lost so many memories. My father's face, my mother's voice. It doesn't seem possible, but they're gone. Just gone. Even the basest of emotions are fading. I'm past the point of being indignant toward my captors. I'm past the point of feeling sorry for myself. All that's left is a gaping emptiness and the distant echoes of a life that seems like a stranger's. How long will it be before even the echoes fade? Oh, that's cheery reading. Just kind of how this place works and what happens to the soul shriven.
Doing here? Intruders!
You seem to already know what I'm doing here. This guy doesn't go down easy. Cadwell?
I say, jolly good timing. Lyris enchanted, as always. And you're looking fit for someone, so how can I put it? Deficient in the soul department?
Sir Cadwell, what are you doing here?
Wherever the forces of evil prey upon the innocent, wherever souls are stolen and bodies shriven, wherever a people cry out for justice, there goest I. I mean, this whole eternal servitude business is rather nasty, don't you agree?
We need to find a way into the castle.
Gebellas garters, why? Lovely grounds, no question, but it's positively brimming with angry cultists carrying rather large weapons.
We need to rescue Adner Tharn. It's complicated.
I see. A rescue, is it? Well, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? There is a cistern that drains into the waterway. The door is locked, but that's not stopped me before. Why don't you meet me there and we'll see what's what?
Thank you, Sir Cadwell.
That might be our best chance to get inside.
Let's go. sure I particularly want to meet a flesh Atronach. What? This is not where I wanted to go. No, this is not where I met Cadwell before.
Destroy!
I can't wait until I hit level 15 so I can actually have 2 full setups properly. So I really want a destruction staff set up as well. Hello?
The worm cult does not discriminate. They murder everyone equally.
Do you know a way into the castle?
Why do you think I'd know? Because I'm an Imperial? We're all the same in this place. We're nothing but scum. Leave me alone.
In all honesty, I had no idea you were an Imperial. I really can't tell. Alright, here's the cistern, maybe. Yeah. Cadwell?
You keep up nicely. I can't abide dawdlers. This
What's
whole
next?
bloody castle sits on top of an ocean of unstable oblivion, what's it? The Daedra use pipes to control the flow of it all, and it comes out as steam.
Go on.
Well, most of the doors in here are sealed with pressure from that steam. It's all rather complicated, but in a nutshell, if I can tamper with the pipes, we can open the doors to the inner keep, and you can slip inside.
What do you need from us?
Well, I can handle the tinkering, but you'll have to keep the beasties off me. It will be quite a romp. Are you game?
I'm game, let's go.
Onward! Ha ha!
Remaining Clan Fear is mine. Fighters Guild increased to 2. That's for selling. That's useful. Oh, it's one I built. Okay. I guess I can destroy that. I don't need it. It's medium. It's heavy. Medium, medium. No. No. Well, maybe. Yeah. Go ahead and do those. And the other zeros can just be destroyed. Yeah, that's probably due for upgrading. Imbued with some of the animal cruelty that comes from a life as a vampire and cultist. Use the recipe. Alright. Where'd Cadwell go? Corpse terror. That sounds unpleasant. Good.
Don't worry, this will get you inside with a minimum of fuss.
What? Is that a hammer sword combination thing?
One more after this one.
All right.
This should do it.
Good. It is a hammer sword.
There you are. Quick as you please. There's even time for tea. A pleasure, thinking nothing of it. The merest trifle, truly. You'll find this Tharn fellow at the top of the Tower of Bones. You'll need to make your way through the keep's heart to get to it, but it's not terribly far.
What is he doing up there?
I understand the King of Worms has set him to the task of inspecting the soul gems that find their way into the castle. Which is to say, well, all of them. You'll see crates of the things scattered around the premises.
Why don't you come with us? We could use another hand.
Indeed? Well, I might just take you up on that. But safety first. I'll stay here for the nonce and make sure nothing comes to bugger up our little adventure from behind.
Thank you. Truly.
Sir Cadwell came through again. That crazy night is starting to grow on me. Should I be worried?
I don't think so.
Oh no, hear me out. How many Tharns does it take to rule an empire?
I'm trying to work here.
None. The one on the throne is a patsy, and the one in the tower isn't useful anymore.
That's not even funny. Get back to work, would you?
What? It's true. Lord Manamarco is gonna peel his skin off and make a particularly ugly flesh Atronach out of him. Mark my words.
And if you don't help me, I'll make sure you're sewn up right alongside him. Now shut up.
What nice people.
Flank, now!
Anchorite's log. With the arrival of the Chancellor, a crusty Nibonese politician named Abner Tharn, the atmosphere at the castle of the King of Worms has taken a decidedly more amusing turn. He barks his pathetic orders and expects us to pander to his every whim. When we ignore him, he storms about like an infant, shouting, "Do you know who I am?" and "Manamarco will hear of this." The King of Worms thinks him an ineffectual buffoon. I have heard him say as much myself. But Tharn is no idiot. I feel certain he suspects that he has outlived his usefulness. With his daughter on the ruby throne, and Lord Manamarco filling her head with delusions of grandeur, Tharn's power isn't worth the breath it takes to declare it. The Empress Regent is easily manipulated with trinkets, silks, and rare delicacies. She has little fondness for her father, and, to my knowledge, hasn't even expressed curiosity regarding his absence. And despite his years of political experience in the imperial court, the old man isn't half the manipulator that Manamarco has proven to be. Tharn's greatest miscalculation is that he believes he still has value here. In the grand scheme of things, we are all expendable, he most of all. All of the power in Cyrodiil means nothing to the Lord of Brutality and Domination. But Tharn's impotent tantrums remain a source of great mirth. I imagine I will tire of them eventually. On that day I will pour a glass of fine wine and take enjoyment watching him thrash about, as his soul is torn from his body like so many thousands before him. So may not be a situation where Tharn is turning sides out of the goodness of his heart, from the sounds of it. On the other hand, it's possible he's intentionally being less useful. It's hard to say. Training again. Actually, I do want these. I'd rather have the health. Let's see, which way do I need to go? Cannot use that door right now. That must be the exit door then. Cistern is where I came from, I think. There we go. Just a lockpick.
You, hurry up. The worms are on the move.
Can tell he's gonna be a fun company. Tharn?
There you are. I was beginning to think you were captured. We've a bit of a problem, I'm afraid.
What's the problem?
The door at the top of the tower has sealed with a warded barrier. I've seen the worms use similar sorceries before. It will sear you to ash if you touch it.
How do we get through it?
Here's a thought. The flesh atronachs that patrol the castle halls are assembled in a laboratory very close to the warded door. If you created your own atronach, it would be bound to obey you. You could force it to smash through the barrier.
Isn't that necromancy? How would I do that anyway?
It's a simple process. A child of 5 could do it. Unfortunately, we don't have a child of 5, so I'll be forced to walk you through it. You'll need some good-sized chunks of flesh. Take them to the laboratory and I'll contact you there.
We're on our way.
I can't imagine how the worms get used to this.
That's a statue.
Not the most glamorous task, is it?
Indeed.
takes a lot to make me ill, but this is getting there.
To the side! Go round!
Hello there. Well, I certainly don't want to go back to a way shrine. Back to full. There we go.
Let's not tell any bards about this part of our adventure, agreed? This is not what I want to be remembered for.
Agreed.
I'm not going near the city butcher for a while, I'll tell you that much.
Fair enough. Get rid of the carrots. Yum. Love eating alchemy ingredients. Ravaged stamina. Ones with a negative first trait are especially fun to eat. What's this? Slave's Diary. They take more of us every day, regardless of whether we still have flesh or not. The soul shriven, as they call them, are the bulk of those taken. People whose bodies are long since wasted away, but whose spirits live on in oblivion. Some of them say that their souls are inside gems, and that they can feel themselves being jostled about as their respective gems are moved from one place to another. They are filled with so much sorrow that it crushes the heart just to hear them speak of the lives they have mostly forgotten. I don't know what they do to the others, but their screaming can be heard even down in the dungeons. It is an endless procession of misery from which there is no escape. The gods cannot hear us here. Is there any salvation? Is there any hope at all? Interesting. So I wonder if my soul is in one of those soul gems somewhere. Don't know how I'd go about finding it considering the numbers, but it seems plausible. No thanks. I'll leave the venison from the Atronac laboratory. I don't trust it.
Put everything in the circle and we'll begin.
All right.
Not very big, is it? Oh well. Now, cast the ritual from the book. We'll make a necromancer of you yet.
That's not particularly my goal.
You're not far now. Through the door and to the summit.
I don't want to be a necromancer. Not on this character, anyway. What on earth? I feel watched. I gotta stop yawning. Sometimes I really wish I had a real AoE in this character. Rather than just AoE healing. Anything else interesting? No.
Begone, insufferable worms. I'm working as fast as I can.
There he is. Looks like they've got him under guard.
Attack!
Arn?
So, we meet in person at long last. You look taller in your projection.
I'm tall enough. It's just because Lyris is next to me. I'm here to get you out, per our arrangement.
And not a moment too soon. If I had to inspect one more bloody soul gem, I'd have thrown myself from the tower.
Why should we trust you, Tharn?
A fair question. I know things that can help you. Here's a bit to whet your appetite. Menimarco isn't doing any of this to serve Molag Bal. His ultimate plan is to out-scheme the god of schemes and to replace him.
How?
The Amulet of Kings is the key to everything. Why do you think he kidnapped Sai Sahan? He's torturing him, trying to get him to reveal the amulet's hiding place.
He wants to find the Amulet of Kings before we do.
Precisely. With the amulet at his command, Menimarco believes he can trap Molag Bal's essence and absorb his power. He seeks to become a god himself.
That sounds bad. What else can you tell me?
I'd love to discuss this further, but this is hardly the place. Get me to a safe haven and I will tell you the rest. That was our agreement, was it not? Now, let's... Wait. Did you feel that?
Feel what?
Now, Tharn. No telling my secrets. Go to your room, Abner. I will deal with you shortly. Ah, dear Lyris. Your old position at the Foundry is still available. We'll even give you your own set of unbreakable chains. And you, the thorn in my side, the pebble in my shoe. How strong are you? Shall we test your limits? Infuriating. The process drains the energy from most victims, yet you keep fighting. Strength surprises me. But how much more can you take, I wonder?
I can do this all day. Okay, this guy might be a little harder. What? How did I die? I wasn't even damaged. Did I just walk off out of the area? What the? Did I walk into a ward or something? Or was my interface malfunctioning?
So, we meet in person. The amulet of... I'd love to...
Now, Tharn. No telling my secrets. Go to your room, Abner. I will deal with you shortly. Ah, dear Lyris. Your old position at the Foundry is still available. We'll even give you your own set of unbreakable chains. And you, the thorn in my side, the pebble in my shoe. How strong are you? Shall we test your limits? Infuriating. The process drains the energy from most victims, yet you keep fighting! Your strength surprises me. But how much more can you take, I wonder?
Might have got hit by one of those last time.
Marco, you dare attack the Chancellor of the Elder Council? His power wanes, Vestige. Strike him down, while his attentions are on me.
How dare you betray me, Tharn! Your suffering will be legendary.
He will not remain discorporated for long. His consciousness will be adrift for a few moments, but that is all.
Why did you help?
Because Marco has delusions of godhood. He cares nothing for the Empire. He seeks only power. I've never done battle with him before. He's far more powerful than I imagined. Oh well, Too late for regrets? In for a bean, in for a beanstalk.
What now?
First things first. We need to get out of here alive.
What do you suggest?
We certainly can't go back the way you came in. I'd imagine they're swarming the grounds already. There's a refuse chute further down the path. It's a bit of a drop, but we'll probably survive.
Let's go. Let's see. Is there a way through here?
You must be the ugliest princess ever rescued from a tower, Tharn.
I'm shocked your lack of education and repeated blows to the head haven't dulled your wit, Titanborn.
Hello again. Need a way out?
Please.
I'll have that open in just a moment. Arcade preserve us. You're as battered and bruised as a peach in a sack of rocks. Bit of the old daring do, was it? No matter. You'll be needing an escape route, no doubt.
Great timing, Cadwell.
Well, it's what I do, quite honestly. We should probably hurry it up. The entire castle is as bristly as a sack of sewing needles after all that noise.
Why don't you come with us?
Come with you? You mean leave Cold Harbor? Well, I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've seen the world I left behind. Do you think it's wise?
You should come along. It might be good for you.
Well, that's settled then. And after all, you do need someone to lead you out of here. Onward!
Let's go.
Into the chute, come on!
Quickly! I've opened another portal. Hurry!
Cadwell? I guess he'll either follow or not.
My estates, my titles, my own life, it's all forfeit now. All in the name of preserving the Empire. I swear by all the gods, Manimarco will pay dearly for this.
Are you all right?
Of course. I'm Abner Tharn. It will take more than a few brainless cultists to rattle these old bones. Now then, where were we?
You were going to tell us where Sai Sahan is.
Ah, yes. Truth be told, I don't know the precise location, but I do know that he is Manimarco's prisoner, and that the King of Worms is trying to pry the location of the amulet from him.
You don't know where he is?
Now, before you lose your temper, let me clarify. I don't know precisely where he is, but I can find out. I'll just need a little time.
You lied to us.
What? You son of a bitch!
Ah! Are you insane? Get away from me, you brutish she-troll!
Lyris, stand down.
He's done nothing but lie to us from the beginning. I don't care what he says. He'll always be Menimarco's toady.
Please. Menimarco wants me dead. Did I pretend to capitulate to him? Yes, I did. Do you have any idea how many lives I saved by doing so?
The only thing you saved was your holdings in your own hide, you pompous ass!
Enough. Abner had no choice, Lyris. And we are guilty of our own deceit, are we not? The time has come for the Vestige to know the truth.
What's this? The Vestige doesn't know? Oh, this is rich.
Sire, don't.
Vestige, until now, you've only known me as the Prophet. But that is not my true name. I am Varen Aquilarius.
Our fallen emperor, in the tattered robes of a moth priest, blind as a newborn kitten.
I am sorry I deceived you, Vestige. You are angry. It is to be expected.
You're the Emperor?
I was once, but no more. My name is Varen Aquilarius.
Why didn't you tell me? Why lie about it?
In truth, I feared you'd kill me where I stood if you knew who I was. You certainly wouldn't have allied with us so readily. I caused this, all of this. If Molag Bal destroys this world, the blame will be mine and mine alone.
How can I trust you now? Or Lyris?
You must not blame Lyris. She did as I instructed. She's my sworn protector, but she is also your ally. You have my solemn promise, Vestige. When this is over, if you still judge me harshly, you can end my life. I will offer no resistance.
So what now?
We must find Saisahan. Everything depends on that.
What should I do?
In this matter, nothing. Abner and I must confer. We will contact you again when we have more information. I did not foresee Abner's defection, but I welcome it. Menimarco fears him, and with good reason. He can help us. I feel certain of it. We must find Sisa. In this matter, nothing. Abner...
People were petitioning the devs to make Lyris a mount. That's, not really sure what to make of that. Let's see. Yeah, it would have been. It would have been something. I don't know. I'd see like a piggyback ride is more bit more likely or plausible. Let's see. Sunwing Twilight. Unholy Knowledge. Weapon sets. It's going to be Restoration Staff and adding Destruction Staff. Force Shock, Wall of Elements. I have to rebuild this fully. Okay. Still a shard. Just Fury. Daedric Prey and I just got back into the game. I played like the very beginning during a free weekend or whatever a long time ago, and then I just kind of recently got back into it. Wall of Elements, Force Shock. And then this is still my only ultimate. Alright. Let's see. Cadwell.
I say, you do get into some wild adventures, don't you? This place is so odd. Did you know that fire here is actually warm? Brilliant!
Alright. Let's see. I'm not sure if the next one is going to automatically... Yeah, I'm not a super serious player generally in MMOs. I mostly play for story. I need to probably get rid of some of my training gear because I end up getting bored as a fairly completionist player if I end up over leveled for the content I'm doing, and that happens fairly easily as a completionist. So I've run into problems in MMOs with that sometimes.
You! Dawn wants to speak to you! Go to the Davon's Watch Mages Guild! Quick! Quick!
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely better than some games for that. I think the last time I played was actually before 1 Tamriel. It was a while ago. It was quite a while ago. I think it was like yeah. 1 Tamriel was like the next big upcoming thing in the game. The first time I played. But I do find that in a lot of games, even if content scales, it doesn't scale as well as I would like it to, or as it scales your character stuff, but doesn't account for item level or whatever. Or the quality of your items, however that's represented in the game. And it's honestly, sometimes I can make it I was playing Neverwinter for a while, and I was actually like, up until yeah. Well, honestly, even even like the solo dungeons and stuff seem a little on the easy side.
What's stopping you?
Can't afford it. Maybe someday.
Okay, I was doing Neverwinter for a while, and I was actually at the point where I was soloing group dungeons. Because the level scaling was just that poor. Like, it's like, you need at least 3 or 4 players for this, and I was soloing it with my rogue. And then they nerfed the rogue. And nerfed the things that I'd spent actual money on, and I was not happy with that.
Take it from me, your goods are safe here, especially safe from me.
I did run into the what is it, the big blue crab here. I can't remember what it's called. That was actually challenging. I actually ended up stopping that with the intent to come back once I had weapon swapping. Just because it was I couldn't damage it fast enough for its own healing rate if I had healing equipment out, and I couldn't heal myself well enough to stay alive.
Honor to you, Sarah.
With destruction equipment.
Your esteemed ladyship.
Do I not have any repair kits here on this character? Oh, I put those in the bank, didn't I?
I can assure.
I actually don't have any of the DLC right now. And I've got to figure out, so because I bought it before one Tamriel, I don't actually have the Morrowind DLC. So I have to figure out if I can just buy the base game again to get that, or if I have to do it separately. It's more expensive to buy the DLC than it is to buy the entire game right now. So that's not something I'm thrilled about.
Take it from me. Your goods are safe here. Especially safe from me. They don't let me handle anything. I have to pass it all to a trusted intermediary.
Mage's Guild. Let's see, that's right here.
Over here! We have much to discuss, you and I. Finally! I was beginning to think you'd never show up here.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot in my collections yet. It's kind of... Well, I'll get there eventually.
Excellent, you got my message. Apparently that little creature isn't completely useless. Banekin can be such children. I hope you've nothing pressing. We could be here a while.
Why are you dressed like that?
I can't be strutting around the city wearing my imperial regalia, can I? Your concern about my fashion sense is touching but irrelevant. I've called you here for a reason. If we are to determine a course of action, we need more information.
What do you mean?
By now, it should be clear your prophet Emperor brought these catastrophic events upon us. Everything that transpired is his fault.
Not entirely.
Granted. Minimarco can be very persuasive and charismatic when he wants to be. We all believed him when he said we could change Varen's bloodline with the Amulet of Kings.
Then why do you blame Varen?
You saved Varen's life when you rescued him in Cold Harbor. In return, he lied to you about his true identity and his part in causing the Soul Burst. He manipulated you from the very start. Perhaps the better question is, why don't you blame Varen?
Just tell me why you called me here.
Varen wants to assemble a new group of companions in the vein of the original 5. Claims it fulfills a prophecy in those wretched scrolls of his. Superstitious nonsense, but he is quite correct on one point. We need to find Sai Sahan.
Why is Sai Sahan so important?
In the chaos following the Soul Burst, Sahan stole the Amulet of Kings and fled the Imperial City. We're going to need that relic, and he is the only one who knows its current location.
Where is Sai Sahan now?
He was captured by Minimarco's agents and taken to an undisclosed location. We need to find out where he's being held.
What do you need me to do?
Minimarco keeps his most secret documents at Knife Ear Grotto in Deshan, inside a hidden lair of Daedric cultists. We must travel there and search for clues.
I'll meet you there.
Head to Knife Ear Grotto in the eastern mountains of Deshan. I will meet you inside.
I have some questions.
If I can endure Titanborn's inane prattle, I can survive your assuredly erudite elucidations. Proceed.
Tell me more about you.
Well, if you must pry, I am Chancellor to the Elder Council and Overlord of Nibene. But of all my titles, the greatest is my family name, Tharn. We are the greatest of the noble houses, with seats at the Imperial Court for countless centuries.
A family of politicians? I think a family of mages.
Politicians? A grossly inadequate word to describe our duties and our legacy. The Tharns have a storied history of advising kings and emperors that can be traced back to the First Era. We understand the ebb and flow of power.
What will happen to you now?
Ah, there's the rub. With my untimely defection, my family will likely be divested of its holdings. The name Tharn is probably being stricken from every document in the Imperial archives as we speak. I detest being on the wrong side of history.
Have you really lost everything?
Don't sound so smug about it. This is a setback, nothing more. By allying with you, I will liberate the Empire from Minimarco's grip. The Empire is all that matters to me. I will do what I must to ensure its survival.
Isn't your daughter the Empress Regent?
Clivia. She is comfortably lodged in Minimarco's pocket, along with my nephew, Jabard. I doubt they've given my disappearance a second thought. Ah, fair Clivia. My charming girl grew to be a ruthlessly ambitious woman. I taught her well.
He's very... well... very self-serving, of course. Let's see... Okay. Deshan. Mournhold area. Alright, so I will probably finish up some of the side quests in this area before I go there. Before I go to Deshan. The region story quests. At least. Putting the summoned creature back to its rest and whatnot. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll probably finish up my local story quests before I move on to Deshan. I should change my title to reflect that. Yeah, I don't think I've been to... trying to think where my other characters have been. I don't think I have anyone who's been to Mournhold yet. Because they're all... except for the one I started like 5 years ago or whatever it was, they're all less far in the main story quest than Aphios is. That researched. I keep putting off doing the shield, but I don't really use them on this character. I had something to deconstruct here too, I think. Where's the merchant here? Here we go.
Looking to craft some stuff.
Need a sash. I keep forgetting to do what I actually came over here for, which is taking stuff apart. Just the shoes that need researching. These are probably worth selling. Try to finish up the boring bit quickly. I know watching crafting isn't the most interesting thing in the world. What do I still need? Oops. Pretty sure I just sold that. Sold all of that. That's okay. I should just buy back that stuff. I need to find an add-on that'll like mark those.
Looking to craft some sturdy... Looking to craft some sturdy...
Come on. Okay. I swear I do actually know what I'm doing with this crafting stuff. I have not joined any guilds yet. I definitely need to sort out yeah, I'm not quite that dedicated about doing my writs, but I do try to
Looking to craft some sturdy...
try to do them when I have the when I have all I need for it. Normally a little faster than that. Yep. I do generally try not to sell the things that are for the writs, but I need to... I think there's probably an add-on that'll mark those for me so I don't sell them by mistake.
Honest labor is its own reward. Have no fear. I'll get your shipment where it needs going. You get used to the splinters, in case you wonder.
Undaunted! Undaunted! We are undaunted!
Haven't joined the Undaunted yet on this character either.
I'd love to get that sword at Ridra Savani's store.
I can assure with every confidence.
One more.
Take it from me.
All right, let's see. Anything else I want to deposit? All right.
Honor to you, sir.
Sell the bow. Turn that in. Or sell it.
What I wouldn't have given to see Bolreth destroy the Daggerfall army.
Grocer.
Can I interest you in any?
All right. Last couple things to deconstruct. And then I should be able to get going on the actual on the region quest. Alright, all set. Alright, I should do that. Since I bought the corn, I should do my provisioner writ too. And then we're all set to move on to the region quest. Cancel out too fast. That's better.
Who knows no fear of Daedric plains?
More supplies. It seems this shift will never end.
Already have that. See, anything else I need to do before I leave here? Well, I should stop by the stable real quick, but that won't take. That's on the way out anyway.
I'd love to get that sword at Redras of
What's stopping you?
Can't afford it. Maybe someday.
I can assure with every confidence our vaults will never be breached.
So do you use any add-ons to help with the writs, or just do it? So I know there's a few out there. I haven't figured out if / which I want to use yet. Yeah, that seems to be the most popular one from what I've seen.
Stay your hand!
It's not too bad, like, at this early stage, but from what I've seen, it gets more time-consuming as you level up, so I'm sure I'll use something eventually.
Think twice before.
Rounds are 36.
We raise fine horse.
it? Dragons in your own homeland. What are you going to
Traveler, a moment of your time.
This one does not know, but he hopes
Honor and faith.
No.
Hold, adventurer! You're the one I seek.
Trying as much as I can to avoid the prologues for the add-ons and DLC that I don't have. That seems mostly likely to annoy me when I do get access to them. Please don't fall in the lava. Let's see, what is weapon swap? Mouse.
The hearts of Dunmer are as dry as their land.
What is this?
Stranger, you have come at a bad time. The ground bleeds and many are hurt. If you wish my time, first you must help.
What is it you need?
I can ease the pains of those touched by the burning earth, but I cannot get the ingredients. And these war-brained Dunmer won't agree to help or be helped by an Argonian.
What do you need to make these poultices?
To fight fire, we must use fire. I need chitin from the shocks that came from the lava. They roam the village now. Bring the chitin to me. I will prepare it.
I'll get it.
Shock wander the streets. That makes them easier to find, but harder to kill. If we aid his people, Gervis must admit we do not intend to kill and eat them.
Why do the Dunmer think you want to kill them?
Once my people were their slaves. They were not kind masters, and now they are not masters at all. Blood was spilled. Words and promises between our leaders is not enough to cleanse the stream.
Let's ask some real easy questions here. The Dunmer enslaved the Argonians?
Yes. Perhaps your elders didn't teach you these things. They stole us from Black Marsh so we could pick their salt rice, tend their kwama, and scrub their floors.
How did they justify this?
You do not justify when you can just act. We had no armies, no roads, no crop fields. None of the accomplishments Dunmer call civilized. We were beasts in the swamp, but now they must share power with us.
Where is the way shrine? Let's see. Supposed to be a house here as well. Seems like an odd place to want to live. Well, that's certainly faster than using the healing staff. Come on.
My legs. So painful.
Is it bad? It feels bad.
Hello?
You are not of Seni. Your scales bear stains of soot, and you smell of smoke and flame. What brings you here?
I have shock chitin for you. Okay. Well, I seem to have gone offline, so I will be back momentarily.